Welcome. Welcome to Sue's University of Life, and I'm Sue Gaskell-Barlow, and this is a short talk about self-talk. Do you realise that every minute of every waking moment, your self-talk, your chatterbox is playing non-stop? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I invite you to ask anyone to join us and subscribe and ding the bell. Subscribe to my YouTube videos where there's access to hundreds of simple videos about life, about experiences and self-awareness. I wonder if, like myself, you have understood this game of life, and that over time you've realised that there is a voice in our head that is continually playing. It's almost like a non-stop record. And we believed, I certainly did, that whatever the voice was saying and all the situations, all the roles that I played in life to survive, I thought that was who I was. In fact, that's just not true. And it was the greatest revelation for me to know that. So what do I do here? How can I catch your attention? I'm a self-awareness life coach. I help people and support them as they go within to find out what's happening in their world. You see, we spend so much time thinking and blaming other people or ourselves in equal amounts for things that are happening, when in reality, instead of blaming, which is a fear-based reality, blame, shame, guilt, punishment, fear, leading all and gaining control for the person that's doing it. We can do that, or we can live a life from a place of love, pure love. And that pure love is unconditional. And what we've exchanged it for is this interpretation of the man-made perception of what love is. It's a conditional love, it's fear-based, it's adoration. And there are so many different types of love. Manipulation is part of the game, guilt, in order to get your needs met at the expense of somebody else. And so I invite you to spend time with me on my lives here on YouTube and other social media and explore. Become your own guru. Explore internally if what you believe is true because you believe it, or if it's something that's been given to you from parents or teachers a long time ago, and you just take it for granted that, well, of course that's me. It's the most amazing piece of information when you think, oh, actually, I don't believe that. And all this time I've thought that's the truth, when in reality, in awareness, if you investigate, you can see that was some teachings from someone when you were little, when you were younger. We're told that by the time we're 7, that we have become a very good pupil and we've learned so much, and we can go through life believing everything that we were told. We can challenge that and update it and say, is that what I truly believe? And the way to do this is to become your own best friend. Befriend your inner child. Learn to look after yourself. Recognize what your needs are, if they're being met. What do you want to do with your life? What is your full potential? What does that look like? Do you journal? Do you just watch what the mind's saying to you? Can you step back and see that it's almost like watching television? Well, if it was a television show, this game called life, this story we tell ourselves, then we could actually take the control and pause it, or stop it, or in fact delete something that no longer works. And that's what I'm hoping you're going to learn if you stay tuned for self-development with me, Sue Gaskell Barlow. People say, what's the Gaskell Barlow bit? Out of curiosity. And I say, those are the two names of my two husbands that have both passed on, Gaskell and then Barlow. My maiden name was Dickinson. And I've always realised in the last few years, why didn't I keep that name? It's just very interesting to just question. So how do we look inside? How do we begin this self-development? It begins by understanding that we're slightly dissatisfied. Things aren't working. And somehow we've lost our way. We've gone off the path. And we've gone into that fear and survival mode where we play games in the hope of feeling validated. You always were enough. You are validated. You need to do the validation. Instead of looking for the approval of people that have long since gone out of your life, the only approval you need is your own, and your moral compass becomes your own, your values become your own. And we do that by learning to be our own best friend and listening to the voice inside, which is pure love. And that beautiful voice, that intuition is waiting for you. I choose to believe in God, goodness, and I know that we're all connected. And that's the beauty of life. Once you know that we're all connected to everything outside of ourselves, and that's going to keep going on after we're long gone from this earthly experience, and yet we expect the world to fit into the way we see things, that's not going to happen, because we're a small, small part of the whole. And what we need to do is learn to communicate, have harmony within, and communicate with what's happening outside of us. And in order to do that, we've got to learn this beautiful art of loving, of patience, of acceptance, of compassion, and to learn to be in the moment, aware, not in your head, what you've got to do next, or in the past, how awful it was, present in the moment, aware and acknowledging the pure beauty of this lovely experience called life. We're spirit in a human form, and we are having an earthly experience, and here to learn valuable lessons. Claim back your heart, and when your heart's your own because you genuinely accept all that you are, improve what you can. We're not our behaviour. Change behaviour that's not working. If you could be anything in the world, be kind, be kindness, and think about yourself in that loving way, that you are uniquely you. And then you give out that same exchange of love to other people. It's an energy exchange, and it's infectious. And I hope you want to learn to understand and how to do this. It might take a little bit of time, nothing like as long as you thought it would. And as I say, subscribe and ring the bell if you want to know when I'm here live. And that's it. We're on the way. If you come into my lives, there are simple guidelines. They're not rules, they're guidelines. Because if you really want to be the best version of yourself, if you want to have a look at all the things that make you tick, then that has to be with a motive of realizations. Realizations are the most amazing thing you can have. As you realize, I can let go of that. I can change that. As you learn that you've been acting a certain way because you wanted people to like you, that you wanted to please people, you were scared of disapproval. And so you acted in a way that you didn't ever have to risk fears or insecurities. And in a world where everything is insecure, nobody knows what's going to happen in the next minute. So embrace that feeling of insecurity. Don't be scared of it. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Do that from a place of true love, honesty within yourself. Unwrap the layers of denial. We're in denial, and that stops us finding who we are and being able to live in a place of peace, entwining the spirit, which is pure love, the heart, which is pure love, entwining the two. And once that happens, it's like you've opened a door and everything changes. In order to do this, yes, it's hard work sometimes and so worth it. You will gain new relationships, intimacy with yourself and people that you wouldn't even have known was possible. And you come to the table of Sue's University of Life, Sue being myself, the University of Life being this experience, not to give advice, not to tell other people, not to live from your opinion of likes and dislikes. You come here to learn and gain growth. And it isn't really, we don't follow somebody else. We gain to be our own person with that love of God, with that love of self, and with all of that empowerment, that energy, that vibration. Life will never be the same again. Be the moment. Be the most best version of yourself you can be. And I'll look forward to speaking to you and seeing you again here on Sue's University of Life. Bye for now.